y'all boys? Welcome to the channel. We on the third rebrand. This time we gonna be called One Swiss Army Knife, and I think I'm gonna keep it that because it allows me the opportunity to do multiple things with my channel, work on different car groups. This is still a car based channel, but One Swiss Army Knife just means shit. I could do a whole lot of stuff. But at the end of the day, if I didn't already give it away on the thumbnail, we got the replacement for the C5. I got it a while ago. I've done a lot to it. I'm gonna kind of update y'all as quick as possible on what it looked like when I got it, what it looks like now, and how I feel about it. Because I've been driving it for a little bit, not every day, you know. I still drive the E55, that's my daily, but I'm gonna update y'all on it. Let's get into the video. This is what we got, y'all boys. The Atomic Orange C6 Corvette. Full disclosure, it did not look like this when I got it. It looks stock. I've done a lot to this car so far, and it's been my fault for not updating y'all on that. The wheels are new. It got brand new brakes, the suspension, wheel bearings, ball joints all the way around. I did everything on the car. The lenses, those often turn yellow when I got them. Yes, they were yellow. I replaced them. Carbon fiber spoiler, I did. It had a front carbon fiber spoiler that I cooked going over a train track, but I ordered another one that's in the garage. I just need to get the car online, so I'm not gonna put it on yet. I also got carbon fiber side skirts in the garage that I need to put on. But this is what we got. No better way to complete the villain arc from C4, C5 to C6. Got an LS2 here, but I didn't end up with that 4L60. This is not an 05, thank God it's not an 05, because having another 4L60, I might have off myself. 6-speed automatic transmission. I think manuals are like the hardest thing to find these days, so I just rock with the autos. I don't worry about it. 6L80 can hold decent power, so it is what it is. People coming from C5s and C4s and stuff like that, it's definitely less of a rawness feeling with this car. This car has heated seats, you know what I'm saying? The car has navigation. In my perfect opinion, coming from the C5 and especially the C4, you got more space in this car. The difference between the LS2 and the LS3 is maybe, what, if I'm not mistaken, 15 horsepower or something like that from the box. So it's not that much of a difference between the LS2 and the LS3. But from the LS1 C5s and the LT1 C4s, it's, I don't want to say night and day, but you definitely feel more power. You definitely feel more refinement in this car. But some people appreciate the rawness of the C4 and the C5, which you do kind of lose in the C6. I'll be completely honest with you. It's a 3,200 pound car, so this having a 6 liter is already probably enough. It having a 5.7 let alone was enough. But this cam nitrous, my plans for the car, it's probably finished after that, because now you're making, depending on the shot of nitrous you put, you could be making 550 to 600 wheel, and that is plenty fast for a 3,200 pound car. It can beat majority of the stuff on the road. You're gonna give a lot of people trouble, especially when you go out to Mexico and stuff like that. You get a really good steal on these, maybe rebuilt title for like 10 grand. You might have a lot of work to put in, but if you find a good one, more so closer to something like this, like pretty pristine condition, you pay maybe like 20 to 30, you know, depending on mileage and stuff like that. Coming into the interior, mine's a little dirty, but you get push to start, you know, basic stuff. All right, you do got the heads up display, says Corvette, pops on right there. All your basic stuff, Chevrolet, Big Nick, you know what it is. I got a Kenwood radio in here right now, but you know, basic stuff. Interior heated cool seats. You got dual climate control, stuff like that. I got a little Corvette logo right here, but I'm not gonna lie, this space back here is huge. Like, this is a huge space. You can put a lot of shit in here. Removable target top, way easier than the C4. I'll tell y'all right now, this is way easier to deal with than the C4. C4 target top was a pain in the butt, but it's pretty self-explanatory, man. This is my interior from a different angle. It's a little dirty. Please leave me alone, man. I need to scrub it up. I've been out here doing that mechanic work, taking my greasy fingers, putting it on everything. I'm sorry about that, but it's a pretty straightforward interior, like I said, but it gets the job done. Also, fortunately for target top owners, y'all know my last vet was a convertible, and before that I had the C4 target top, so I can't really speak for the C5 target tops because I had a C5 convertible. But These are way lighter. These removable target tops are way lighter than they was on the C4. You legit had to be a muscle head to remove the target top on the C4. God knows why Chevy did that, but much lighter, much easier to take off. Also, another thing I appreciate about the C6. One of my personal favorites is the back of this car. I love the way the back of this car looks. And I did gut my cats for a little bit of better sound. Y'all can hear it. Probably not much, but videos never do exhaust justice from what I find over the years. But anyway, I love the way the back C6s look. I love the way the back of C6s look, man. One of my favorite parts of a C6, bro. Easily. All right. Is a C6 Corvette worth buying in 2025? Yes. You can track the car. You can take the car to Mexico and do some rolls, some digs, whatever you aspire to do, or whoever you aspire to be. This car can facilitate that. And like I said, I think for the price point and the reliability of the car over a span of time, it's more than worth it. And the thing about Vettes is they always have a cool factor. No matter wherever you go, a Corvette will always have a cool factor. It will always attract a certain amount of attention. And Corvettes garner a level of respect that you get from everybody in the car community, right? So it's 100% worth spending the money for a C6 Corvette if you have it. If not, I think C5 is also a great platform that will give you some of those same attributes at a little bit less price point. Definitely stay away from the 05 because, and this isn't anything against the 2005 Corvette people. It just had the 4L60 rollover from the C4 and the C5, which the 4L60 kind of restricts you in terms of what you can do on your power side of things because it does not really take to power well. 4L60s grenade themselves on stock power. That's a problem. But anything past 2005, you're pretty much good. Now for a drive. Another cool factor is that the C6 is the most Corvette that ever Corvetted. Now, if I'm being for real with y'all, I really do think that. I think when you think about a Corvette, you literally think C6. Like, that's just my honest opinion on how I feel about it. But C7 and C5 also have that. I feel like C5 definitely does too. I feel like C4 is when they be beginning to morph into that idea of what a Corvette should look like. Long face, short back. I feel like they definitely got away from it with the C8. Which disappoints me a little bit, but the world does have to grow. The world does have to move on to something different. And unfortunately, that happened with Corvette. I hope someday that they bring back short face, long back with the Corvette. I really do, because I feel like that's what a Corvette is supposed to look like. That's what we've seen them look like. I feel like they really hit that stride and that peak when they got to the C6. I feel like they really did. So, if you want the most Corvette that ever Corvetted and might arguably be the GOAT of Corvettes, you get the C6 or you get the C5. But the GOAT to me is the C6. The C6 for sure, I feel like might be the GOAT of Vettes. And I loved my C5 a lot. I really did. I loved my C5 to the moon and back. But I feel like the GOAT, I gotta give it to the C6. But that's it for the video, man. I'm gonna shut it down. I'm gonna try to get y'all out another video next week. I don't know how many times I just said that, man, but I'm gonna really try. I think the hardest thing about staying consistent with YouTube is staying consistent with YouTube, especially when you have like a life and other things to do. You know, sometimes you forget, but if I can get up one video a week and be consistent, I feel like, hey, I can probably have something with this YouTube channel. I feel like you guys give me a good amount of views. I have 145 subscribers. I have multiple videos with thousands of views. So I feel like I got to keep at it, right? I should, and I am going to. I'm going to try my best. But One Swiss Army Knife out. I swear this is my last rebrand. Y'all follow my Instagram, follow the TikTok. It's the same thing, One Swiss Army Knife. Gone.